Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This one right here is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. It is Wednesday, the 15th of March. Super excited to be here. I want a good show because I'm going to talk about something that I'm seeing over and over again now, and something that I believe is the way of the future, even though it's been around forever. But I think it's more important now than ever that we embrace it and move forward with it in our businesses and our voiceover businesses. The title of this piece, right, was the niche is upon us. You know, me being dramatic, and we're going to discuss about what my thoughts are and why I think it's more important than ever to discuss this. So let's go ahead and, or real quick, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I was like thinking in my head, how am I going to phrase that? Anyways, hit the like and subscribe button. Also, check out the link below to A VO's Journey Elite Academy. We've got some really exciting things going on, especially with Academy Voices, which is our online casting agent, online casting talent casting platform, or whatever that's linked to, or for the people who are in the Elite Academy, where we get work and business for them and stuff. And it's very exciting. And I, with that being said, and kind of why I brought up that and tying all together is because what I'm seeing now is that we as voice actors, with everything going on, with the sheer number of voice actors that are available for people to purchase from, I think we, more than ever, need to niche our services. But here's the thing. I don't think that we need to stop offering multiple services. In fact, I think we need to keep doing that. But I think we need to dive into those services as offerings specifically, and not just offer overall general voiceover services, because that's just so broad now. You know what I mean? I mean, even like video game characters. I mean, that's so broad too. There's so many subcategories within video games, right? And the thing is because there are so many people who are available, like I was saying, to buy from, creating a niche marketing plan, I think a marketing plan that targets one of those niches, will help you dive into finding communities, okay, that are looking for those people or potential clients. It'll help you with content, creating content. It'll help you with marketing, because it narrows your focus. So like, for example, if I'm doing podcast intros and outros, and that's something one of the things I do as a voice actor, me, marketing that service. If I say, I'll do, I just do general voiceovers and I'm a voice actor, that's great, but that's not going to find, it's going to be hard for it to find people who are searching for podcasts or, intros and outros for their podcast. Right. So for me, the better thing to do would be to start tailoring, one aspect of my marketing. Here's the problem. The problem, there's so much I want to say. I would say, generally speaking, if we step back for a second, think about the fact that most of us, I think, we are very we want to put up one thing and be done for the day or the week. And I understand that. But I think the reality is that's not going to work very well. You know what I mean? It's not meaning we need to put up, what, 1 to 4 pieces of content around, podcast intros and outros, and a couple pieces of content around audiobooks, and a couple pieces of content around video game trailers, and a couple pieces we need to have multiple pieces of content. And the original point of having a niche, or the idea of the niche, was that one, you could dive deep into it and focus all of your energy on one thing, so you would actually increase your output exponentially. And on top of that, your marketing output and your reach, because you're spending, quadruple the time on one thing as opposed to multiple things. However, I don't think with this day and age, with us being able to go on places like Hootsuite and different places that can schedule posts that we can't do a lot of it. But anyways, getting back to the podcasting, I would narrow that down to, specifically searching for podcast things, be like, posting about some of the cool podcast intros and outros I'm doing or I'm working on. If I'm not being hired yet, I make them up. I do them myself. All right. Going to podcasting communities, reaching out to podcasters. All right. Posting interesting, you can post like your podcast, your interesting podcast pick of the week. Like there's so much like, if you stop to think about, if you narrow that niche down, you narrow that offering down to a niche like podcasting, I'm just using that as an example, you can then start to open the world of talking about podcasts in general, which will then get you into that community, right? So people will start to follow you, be interested in what you're saying, and you offer a service. So when they need it, they know you, they respect you, and they'll work with you, right? And you can go about that in anyone. And you could see how like just one of these niches could be so, huge. Each one of them has enough business for us individually. For us as a whole community, right? Because there's so many people doing these things. So I want to, put that on you to say, am I marketing too broadly, right? Am I actually targeting people, or am I just posting on a social media platform, or am I just, putting stuff up on a casting site without any particular focus on who I'm targeting? Because there's so many people, guys. There's so much stuff going on. If you don't have a laser focus on the target, and to get that target, start using the key. Start using the genres and dive into them. Start doing research on them. Start targeting them. I go into a genre. I'm like, half of the stuff I need to know. I can do voiceovers. We can do voice. We can read anything. We might not even understand it, but we can read it, and we can do it well. But to sell, right, to get the work, we've got to know it more. So it's just an interesting way to dive further into having knowledge of these niches and then being able to target them by posting content that is actually geared towards those people. Here's a crazy thing, and I saw this from Gary Vaynerchuk, because it was like, how do you post a lot of pieces of content a day? Well, here's the crazy thing. Are you targeting anyone with your content? Like, what about, indie, how about, nonfiction, people who are publishing, authors who are publishing nonfiction medical books, or nonfiction, I've done a lot of SaaS work, right? For people who publish audio or nonfiction books on SaaS. And like, you can actually say that, so, calling all, SaaS audio book or SaaS book authors or SaaS SaaS, people, are you looking to write a book? Like, I'm just talking about audiobooks now. Like, you can target specific people. You can target them with your post. You can target them with hashtags. You can @, certain people or businesses. Like, you could target, imagine targeting all 50 states, right? Shout out to Texas, or shout out to Texas. If you got a podcast in Texas, right? Like, you can target all of these different, me too. I think so broadly, and we've got to really narrow our focus down to think of these markets to really get known. Because in the end, like, I work with somebody, the first time I work with somebody, as a mentor student of mine, their mentor student of mine, the very first thing that we do is we start, if they're new, and even if they're not new, we do a complete audit of their whole business, where they are right now, and we make it a point to accept the fact that no one knows us yet. No one knows we exist. So the first main goal we have is to build a portfolio, to build a presence so people know we exist. Because people can't purchase from us or want to use our services if they don't know we're there. right? It's the same thing with all of us, right? It's the same thing for you. And, really take a step back and think, does anybody even know I'm really here? Is any of these places even interacting with me at all? And if you think of it that way, it changes your mindset on, I got to sell, sell, sell. People got to buy from me right away. And it should change it to, I need to consider, reaching out to groups and people and getting them familiar with me and who I am and what I do, and, be interested in what they're doing. And like it becomes a different selling style instead of just, this is what I offer, buy it or not, right? Or move on, right? Well, that's not how we work today, or that's not how most of us buy today. All right, so it's just some thoughts, and I hope that you take this and really take a look at your business and say, am I reaching people am I reaching specific industries? Is anybody actually knowing I'm there? Okay, and how do I cut through the noise? Well, you cut through the noise by getting small. Right? Getting small, going deep, that's how you cut through the noise, right? By niching down, because you can actually target, you can say, hey, are you an indie game developer? You know what I mean? And are you a specific indie game developer? Are you a, mystery thriller, are you a mystery thriller indie author? Well, I'm the voice actor for you. I'll help you narrate your audiobooks. Like I'm targeting these specific people, and people see that and be like, hey, that's me. Right? So you gotta take that in consideration. I think that will help a lot. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and check out A VO's Journey Elite Academy, and also Academy Voices. We're doing great things. Got some exciting things on the horizon. I can't say it yet, but working on some deals and stuff, so really thrilled to announce that when it comes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You have a wonderful Wednesday. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.